The Italian chapel on the tiny uninhabited Orcadian island of Lambholm is all that remains of Camp 60, a former prisoner of war camp. By the summer of 1942, the camp held just under 600 Italian prisoners from the 6th Anti-Aircraft Regiment, Mantova Division, and the Italian Tank Corps, following their capture at Tobruk and Benghazi during the North Africa campaign. Many worked on the construction of the Churchill barriers, built as a naval blockade, under the direction of Balfour Beatty, who'd won the contract. Although the camp was basic, there was one important place missing, and that was somewhere for the men to hold their religious services. Up until the construction of what is now known as the Italian Chapel, the prisoners held their Catholic services in the refectory. In 1943, the new commandant of the camp, Major T. P. Buckland, gave the go-ahead for 2 Nissen huts to be joined together, and Father Gioacchino Giacobazzi of the Order of Little Brothers, who arrived at the camp on 30th September 1943, lent his overwhelming support to the project. 2 huts were plasterboarded, giving the men a blank canvas. One of the prisoners, Domenico Ciochetti, started his labour of love with astounding consequences. With a small group of helpers, he painted a lavish fresco at the chancel depicting the Madonna and Child, based on the Madonna and the Olives by the renowned 19th century Italian artist Niccolò Barberino. The inscriptions around the Madonna and Child pray for peace. Throughout the war, Ciochetti had carried a small picture of Barberino's work that his mother had given to him, and this led to the masterpiece on Lambholm. An ornate wrought iron screen with gates was crafted by another prisoner, Giuseppe Palumbi, a blacksmith. This took 4 months to complete. The altar was made using concrete, as was the holy water stoop, with the altar's railings being made of scrap metal. Surrounding the altar are tiles salvaged from a block ship. Ciochetti also designed the candlesticks, tabernacle, lamps and all the woodwork. Palumbi made the 2 candelabras from iron, while another prisoner, Primavera, made 4 from brass. Driftwood was used for the tabernacle. The ceiling was elaborately decorated, and the painted glass windows flanking the altar depicted St. Francis of Assisi on the right and St. Catherine of Siena on the left. Gold curtains were purchased to hang either side of the sanctuary, paid for from their welfare fund. When Ciochetti visited the island in 1964, having returned briefly in 1960 to carry out restoration work, he and his wife Maria donated wooden carvings, which now break up the sidewalls. Although the chapel inside was beautifully ornate, the outside was still a Nissen hut. The Italians decided to make a false frontage so that it looked like a chapel. With the help from another prisoner, Brutta Pasta, a design was agreed and work began. Doric columns supported the pedimented porch with an apex and fleur-de-lis buttresses, with a red clay image of the head of Christ inserted, moulded by Penisi. This was surmounted by the belfry. A side panel has the date of the chapel's construction, created in mosaic style. The chapel itself was only used for a very short time, as repatriation got underway when World War II ended. Before its completion, a special service was held with the help of a gramophone and record of the choir of St. Peter's in Rome. The Italians from Camp 60 were sent to the prisoner of war camp at Shipton, although CO.AG stayed behind to finish the font before he too was repatriated. The camp on Lambholm was dismantled after the war, but the chapel was left and became an attraction. The owner of the island, and later Lord Lieutenant of Orkney, Patrick Neil Sutherland Graham, promised the men the people of Orkney would cherish their little chapel. Word soon got round, and as tourists began holidaying once more on the islands, it became popular. However, by 1958, it had begun to deteriorate. That July, a preservation committee was set up, thanks to Father J. Ryland Whittaker, with Sutherland Graham its first president. A BBC programme about it was broadcast the following year, which was shown in Italy, and CO.AG was traced. In March 1960, as previously mentioned, CO.AG returned to the island, and during his stay, he, along with Stanley Hall of Kirkwall, set about restoration of the paintwork. A service to mark the restoration work was held on 10th April, before he returned to Italy. The carved Christ just outside the chapel was given to the people of Orkney by the commune of Moena, while the cross and canopy was made in Kirkwall. Today the chapel is looked after by the Italian Chapel Preservation Trust, who charge a small admission fee for its upkeep. In 1996, a declaration was made between the people of Orkney and CO.AG's hometown of Moena to reinforce the ties between them. 3 years later, CO.AG died, aged 88. In August 2014, 3 of the ornately carved wooden plaques were stolen, but these were replaced. A year later, the frescoes were restored once more, this time by Italian artist Antonella Papa, who spent 3 months there, volunteering her services for the work. The Italian chapel was Category A listed on 4th June 1984. If you enjoyed this episode of Scotland's History, please like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.